What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm out here in BGC in Metro Manila in Taguig, and I'm gonna be exploring another side of this neighborhood over here. A lot of locals in the area, they do know the area, but a lot of foreigners, they don't know. It's literally like a little shortcut between the avenues right here. You can see I'm here in the modern area, but when you see the fence behind me, that's like a local barangay, some houses over there. It's called South Cembo, and it's literally like in the borderline of Makati and Taguig. So there's an area over there that's called a shortcut, Butas shortcut, and it's very important because it really helps out for people who work out here. They go out there and they get food for more affordable prices. Some of them live in the area or a little further, so it's an area for them to shortcut and take another form of transportation. So, I think the neighborhood is pretty helpful. You can see the contrast of the design, but we're gonna walk over there and see the community and a little drastic change. So without further ado, join me. Over here's 7th Avenue. With the modern high-rise buildings. The Grand Hyatt is over that way, and across the Grand Hyatt is where the shortcut is. Like I say, most of the locals in the area, they're pretty familiar with it, but a lot of foreigners don't know about it. Even myself, when I was filming Guadalupe to come here, somebody told me about the shortcut. So I'm just walking the other side just to show you the other angle of what the shortcut looks like. They really did like a good job to cover it up, I guess, or design it like pretty nice and make it seem like there's nothing out there, because if you walk, you're probably gonna miss it. This is behind Grand Hyatt, Avida Towers right there. And there, where you see this green building over here, this is the shortcut. Like this green fence. And there's like another side of community over here. Like the real local side of BGC, like the real Philippines. You can even see the houses over there, and then they got tricycles and everything. Even in the little fence, you can see a little portion. So like I said, the shortcut is right there. Then across is the modern buildings, Metro Bank, Grand Hyatt, a lot of futuristic skyscrapers. But yeah, I'm ready to hit into the barangays. Since I moved here, it's been a minute since I've been walking around barangays and local areas. I don't think it's gonna be that busy now, but we'll see what other bars. There's a lot of like carinderias and restaurants where locals come and they get their food. So I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. So I'm just gonna be walking around the district to see what's out there. I don't think it's gonna be a long video, but let's see what are the vibes once I go inside there. This is the other side. You can see the modern buildings, and right there with the green fences where they got the shortcut that I'm gonna go. Like I said, I literally don't see any foreigners go in there. I just see the locals. Maybe there might be one or two, but hey, like many times when I film in Metro Manila, I'm literally like the only foreigner exploring a lot of districts out here. Here's a fence of one of it. But like I say, in this district is where you really experience the real local vibes and everything, that all the beauty that the Philippines has to offer. So we are in for a treat to see what's going on. So this is it. Wow, they did a nice job with the fence. And now if you make a left, it's the shortcut, which is serve the community out here. See how everybody's literally going in? Here's the other angle, and then whoop, go inside here, you're gonna see the other vibe that's happening right here. Then over here, ta-da, you just enter another world. Street food, a lot of locals out here. Here's bananas, everything, wow. Then the tricycles, the people need to go somewhere else. And the nighttime too is popping out here. Like I say, here you can get nice local food for affordable price. Carinderia right here. The security guards, anybody who works in BGC, they come out here. Behind me, you can see the contrast of Grand Hyatt right there, pretty big. But then the restaurants, they literally just keep going out here. You got coffee shops, everything, and then little local communities. So you see, this is literally like one block. You can see the Grand Hyatt right behind me. So a change of pace to see how the neighborhood has changed. But I do got some nice houses out here. I'm gonna walk around the area. So this is South Cembo, so I'm kind of bordering Taguig with Makati. But no matter how it looks like from the sky, it's actually beautiful inside here. They maintain the roads nice, the houses are pretty nice. And you do like a lot of cardio, so you're going like up the hill and down the hill. But yeah, let's see what can we find here in South Cembo. There's South Cembo, then on the other side I got Rainbow, Kalayaan is ahead of me. I think we are in for a treat. I think if you go later, it gets much more busier. party in the evening or during lunchtime and nighttime. But I think that shortcut is pretty helpful for people to connect easier to the other side. And then that's Rockwell right ahead of me. This is pretty common in many districts in the Philippines, tight streets like this. But I think they're pretty interesting to walk. I want to see this street. This street looks actually nice with the trees and everything. But yeah, you see the community is working and they keep it clean. Then you can see the other high-rise buildings of Bonifacio Global City. Got a nice blue house over here. So they keep the house pretty well maintained, you know. And it's a good thing that they have that shortcut. Also, if you go by SM Ahora, there's another area that kind of looks like this, a little hidden gem, like a tiny barangay. I think they built that when they found out they were gonna build a lot of districts. See all the buildings right behind me? When they found out they were gonna build, you know, like a huge, massive district, I guess they designed that little barangay area to help people live there much more affordable and be able to commute to work right here. But yeah, I was watching a before and after of BGC in 2005, and right now it's 2026, so this was literally, well, this here, the other side, it was literally nothing. Like, I think it used to be like a big military base, like a flatland, but then they designed it pretty quickly, so it's crazy how much buildings they can build in a short period of time. And I think one of the major streets of this barangay is Jacinto Street. Look at the houses, how nice it is. Yeah, it's all the real areas that I like to explore. And it's crazy that this neighborhood is literally, not meant, it's like literally right next to BGC area. Like if you were to live in one of the condos by 7th Avenue, and you could literally see this through the window. Here they got an area, and I'm sure if it's like a shop. They have motorbikes. But yeah, pretty local community. And this is a nice building. Seems like it's being built. Wonder what it is about. Gonna see what the other street is about. And it will take me straight towards Kalayaan. I'm gonna study my map. Also, I didn't notice, so this building behind me is part of St. Luke's. The hospital, this is kind of like the resource center. So I guess you can shortcut and make it towards the other side, so that's crazy. And then this is like the main street that will take you straight into Kalayaan. You got all the tricycles over here that they wait in the Butas shortcut right with the connection of BGC, and then this is what you get. Not too busy this day, but one time I walked the other side over here and it was actually crowded. You see the tricycles, see some of the streets out here. And this is literally happening right next to BGC. Like I said, a lot of foreigners, they don't like venturing in neighborhoods like this. Which is a shame, because this is where you really feel the Filipino hospitality. And the neighbors are not really that bad like the media makes it seem. It's pretty nice. Look at how nice the houses are. Even though the layout might be not too developed like the modern area, they still keep the streets nice and the houses, you know, they're pretty well built. Clearly it says the Barangay South Cembo, so. Yo. Yeah, people saying hi to me, that's cool. But it happens everywhere. Gonna walk straight to see what can I find. And here's like another tiny street too. What's out here? And then they got like a bakery shop here. This is sell like bread, pan de sal and all that. Here's like another restaurant. Like I say, no matter what communities you go throughout the Philippines, whether it's a modern city or an area like this, it's convenient. Like within walking distance, you can find literally anything. I think over here is gonna get busier, like more action right here, you know. But this is, you know, if anybody works in BGC, they live out here, it's convenient because they can just walk and end up in the uptown area. Here's like another barangay right here. And then they're selling like street food. There goes a tricycle and that would take you to another side. Oh, I wanna see what's out here. Hold up. Okay, what's here? Oh, nice. Street food. Okay, so they got like street food. Crazy, I would not know that they had this. And they literally closed the entire street. Juice bar, wow. Okay. Maybe in the afternoon, yo. Maybe in the afternoon or nighttime it gets busier. Okay, this is dope. What is this, shawarma? Okay, that's awesome. Even when I order from the Food Panda app, sometimes they take it up in the major highways and they shortcut beautiful neighborhoods like this. It's getting busy over this way. Let me show you. Because every single street right here is pretty walkable. And then I think ahead of me, I'm literally gonna go up there, down the hill, and I end up in Kalayaan. But yeah, summer is about to arrive, so the hot and humid weather is gonna start happening. Next month is gonna be brutal, the heat, so I'll probably just film in the evening or nighttime. Or film a little bit and then head back to the accommodation to take a shower. But a few days ago, it was unusually like cool weather. Like it was in the 70s, which is roughly like 22, 23 Celsius. And I was asking, you know, people from out here, or even expats that live out here for a while, and they said it's not normal, but I'm not complaining, because that was like my perfect type of weather. Over here, I gotta be careful with the ceiling. This is gonna go into the Mayor Road right here. And it's not really a big community. And then over here is the busy area, Kalayaan. And then on the other side is Guadalupe. So this over here, I think it's already Makati and not Taguig anymore. Been a huge dispute between municipalities. But yeah, but I think, well, I started the video, it was Taguig, and now I end up in Makati. And then the traffic jam over here is actually pretty busy, so much more faster if I walk. So you see? Motorbikes coming in. I'm gonna walk towards this way. Find another entrance back, and then make it back towards BGC. So this is Kalayaan, and it goes literally the other side. And then over that way is the main road that would take you straight to Guadalupe MRT station. They also got the ferry that is over that way. I can even see Pasig ahead of me. Hear that? The real sounds of the Philippines, Metro Manila. Wow, it's getting hot, man. That's how it is out here. People literally just crossing, but I love where the action is, and this proves you how crazy it is to drive out here. See the cars? So driving over here is insane. They got a modern icon of the Philippines, Jollibee. And they keep going over this way ahead. More action happening, and then there's like a little street here. So if I walk that street, it could take me back towards where I came from. You know what? Gonna give it a try. Closer. Gonna give it a try and study my map to see where I'm at and how do I make it back towards the main shortcut that I enter. Streets here are pretty tight, but I like it, man. Like, it's a pretty fun way to explore and explore like alleyways. Here we got more going on. See the mixture of the houses out here with the tricycles. And this is a nice house. Like I say, the only thing that ruins it for many neighborhoods throughout Metro Manila are the spaghetti wires. But not just here, they have it in Southeast Asia. Well, studio units available. Also, if you want to rent, they got units out here. That's good. And then here we are going up the hill. So I think you really don't need a gym in this neighborhood because there's hills going up and down. But pretty fun. I'm pretty sure in the holidays it must be epic. Like, I think in the holidays, you know, people be out here partying, having drinks, music, you know. So I think it's actually a really good vibe during the holiday season. Making a detour over here, I don't know if my camera can capture it, but you can see Grand Hyatt, and there's some roosters here that I want to show you. See? South Cembo and Grand Hyatt. And then over here we got a friend, a rooster. Hey, what's up, rooster? Look at this, man. Uh-oh. Oh, he's tied. Oh, man. Not sure they use them for the rooster fights. No, I'm not gonna hurt you, boy. I'm just showing you. But pretty popular out here in the Philippines. Maybe it's a hen. I think the roosters are the one that have like the red thing in their head. This one doesn't have it. Like, I grew up in Puerto Rico, and we have a lot of roosters too. And at 5 in the morning, you hear them too, waking you up or making noise. And they also have like the rooster fights over there too. So a lot of similarities. Here in South Cembo, an esquinita turns into another esquinita. One alley ends, then another alley starts over here. So just walking around, and then I'll just make it back towards my accommodation. I'm gonna pick up some coffee later. So this is what the street looks like. You see the motorbikes, but nobody is bothered to see a foreigner walking. You know, as long as you respect, people respect you back. And like I say, Filipinos are some of the nicest and friendliest people you'll ever meet. Pretty chill here. You can hear the roosters. I bet every morning you're gonna hear them too. These are mostly communities and houses out here. Seems like ahead of me it gets busier. And over here they got room for rental. Wow. Streets are tight that even this pickup truck cannot really fit. So that pickup truck was having a hard time to get inside. That's why every time when I'm out here I always rent like smaller cars, because a lot of streets out here are pretty small, so it's much more easier if you have like a tiny car to get around. But obviously it depends if you have a big family or not, but it's just me, my lady, and our, her son. So that's why I'm pretty minimalist, so I don't really need like big material things to be happy. Then over here is gonna get more interesting. I think this would take me back towards Kalayaan, so I wanna see the vibes. Literally a community. You can see how people hang their clothes out here. We used to do that back home where I'm from, in Puerto Rico, like, yeah. We will wash our clothes out there and then we will hang it up. See, they hang it up here the natural way, the tropical climate way. Then I think the street's gonna do a curve and I'll be right back into Kalayaan. And then what's out here? Oh, look at that house, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, so pretty chill. And this is literally happening right next to BGC. But I gotta say, I like it so far. Not gonna lie, I can literally see my condo from right here. It's a huge contrast, but in a good way, I love the vibes out here in South Cembo. And here we are out back again in Kalayaan, where it gets pretty busy. There's also like another overpassage over there, but it doesn't look like the safest overpassage. So maybe that's why a lot of people, they prefer to jaywalk across out here. They're gonna make it back here and head towards Jacinto Street. That will take me straight back into the shortcut. Just giving you a little view of what it looks like right here. Then the thing is, BGC is literally surrounded by many barangays like this, So it's like crazy how BGC is like literally piled up in the middle, of all these barangays. Like in order to get to BGC, you got to pass through neighborhoods like this. But I think it's a pretty interesting vibe to get you a perspective of what it looks like out here. And I think it's good to document, everything around here, not just focus on one thing. But all the beauty happens in neighborhoods like this out here in the Philippines. I tell you, it would be interesting to film neighborhoods like this on a bike. But I just wish that the infrastructure for bike lanes was actually a little better and safer. But maybe in the future that might happen, and maybe I'll start bringing bike contents out here in Metro Manila. I saw a little local street and kids playing basketball. I don't know, let me just take a little peek. It's just like a little regular street. I don't want to disturb their day. But I would love to run, in another bigger street and probably try to play some hoops. Because basketball is actually a big sport out here in the Philippines. And to my right is Guadalupe, which I filmed there like twice. Also another pretty interesting neighborhood in Makati. I think this one is Guadalupe Nuevo, and the other side is Guadalupe Viejo, so I have yet to explore Guadalupe Viejo. Here you can see how busy it is. Tight sidewalks, motorbikes. Just gotta be aware, and I think over here is the main street that would take me back into the shortcut. So I'm gonna go over here. If you go straight up, and you end up right back in BGC. So the contrast, but many mixture of adventures happening within a short distance. And then also another neighborhood in the other side by SM Cembo. I would have recorded over there, but one of the mics, I forgot to turn it on when I was filming some of the scenes, and it didn't came out well, so I want to go back there and redo a video. Because that's another vibrant neighborhood that I think is worth to explore. Then like neighboring next to the neighborhood, there's also like another community happening, so I think it's gonna be a pretty interesting vibe. But it's all literally, neighborhoods where community lives, and they be living out here for generations. You see people from all walks of life. You see a lot of titos, titas, lolos, lolas, so, happy to see that they're here. And one thing that they teach us that you don't teach in the West is happiness. Some of the most, hey, Korean chicken, I'll eat that. So yeah, friendly people. Yeah, now I forgot what I was saying, but that explains, how they are out here in the Philippines. Then I came from the other side, and now I'm going in the other angle. Oh, they sell vegetables out here. Here's a carinderia. Oh, you can sit inside and eat. And here I think they sell like candy or goods. So like I say, it's pretty convenient no matter where you go. You're just like, hey, I just gotta run to the corner store. You walk within a couple of blocks and you find something pretty interesting. It's a better angle. Welcome to Barangay South Cembo. Beautiful community right next to BGC. And I think people who live in BGC who are foreigners and expats, they should venture out here. Oh, they got a laundry? Nice. There is a spot in BGC where I do my laundry, but I gotta drop it off. I discovered right here there's a laundry where you can do it yourself. So it's literally like maybe a 10-minute walk from where I live. So maybe I'll just do that. Come out here in the barangay, wash my clothes, hang out here with the locals, and then head back to my accommodation. I think that's another reason why I like living in that area in the uptown, because I'm literally bordering this district here, this barangay, and I could come out here and, I don't know, get cheaper stuff or hang out with the locals. Oh, the laundry right there. I guess you could give it to Ate and they'll take care of it. I think it'll be actually good because that way I'm helping out the community out here. You know, I love helping out locals. Because if you guys know, you got to set the reality. Life is beautiful here, but it can be really hard too, especially for the locals. So if I could contribute and help them out a little bit, why not? I would love to help them. Over here, not sure how my camera is capturing it. Cembo and Uptown Bonifacio right there. Some of the condos, you can see some of the condos near Mitsukoshi and Uptown Mall. Then they got to merge over this way. I can even go this way too, doesn't matter. I think I'm actually gonna do that so I get a better feel of the road. And then this is like a barangay, so I guess a barangay office. Oops, sorry. So real community. See how these condos are literally bordering with the barangay. That's why I'm mentioning whoever lives in those buildings in that side, they're gonna see this. But even still, the views are spectacular because you'll see this and then you're gonna see Makati in the other side if you were to live on top. And now you can see in the sample why it's important, the Butas shortcut entrance, because it connects communities like this towards BGC, so it makes it easier accessible for people to work and probably saves them money too. They don't gotta go all the way around the neighborhood. They could just take a tricycle and then walk, and they already in the uptown area. Of course, depending what part of BGC you work. But yeah, you know, they can make it happen in terms of transportation. You see more, look at the modern buildings right here. Grand Hyatt. And then the local barangay. I think a block ahead is where I walk, and I'm back in the district where they have all the street food. I like how in the barangays they keep the trees with the flowers to beautify the neighborhood. So they really take plants serious out here in the Philippines. If you don't believe it, ask my fiance. She has some plants for years, and by mistake, I broke one of her plants. Oh Lord. So I ended up buying her a new pair of plants. That's how it is. So I learned the hard way, you know. You gotta love a Filipino, man. And here we are back again in this road. And then straight ahead is back to the neighborhood of BGC. And you see, that's where the street food is, and then you see all the high-rise buildings. It's crazy how they managed to build BGC and keep like this shortcut over here. Like if you look at the architecture through the sky, a drone, or even Google, you can Google it, you're gonna see the contrast. It's like crazy, man. So by the way I see BGC, I don't know if in the future this is gonna be here or not. Actually, I like it the way it is because I feel like it helps and contributes to the community, but who knows? Maybe this won't be here for too long, who knows? So that's why this video can be part of history too, showing you what's out here until it lasts. Like it's actually busier now, I see more people. And I spotted like a juice shop. Look at the condos right here. Crazy, right? 6th Avenue is right there, and then it's divided. And I think there should be a basketball court over that way, because I see it every time when I'm in the other side. I would love to go to the basketball court and play some hoops. And here we are again where all the street food area is. See, most of the people, they have uniforms because they work around the BGC district. But they come here because there's good quality of food and much more affordable than you will get in the BGC area. See how they all come with their uniforms, their name tag. Here goes a tricycle. I ain't gonna lie, man, it smells good. Look at this. Oh wow, this is cool. And this is the tricycle parking area. If you need to go somewhere further in the barangay, just go out here and then, see? more members that work here. And then we're heading right back into the shortcut. I'm sure she's selling eggs or balut. And then, ba-dam. This is the famous, iconic shortcut, Butas shortcut. And I think they close at 12 o'clock at night. I could be wrong. And once you exit the shortcut, ta-da, you are right back into BGC. So you see the huge contrast when I was walking over that side and then the contrast when I'm back here. But I love it, man. It's just like so different. But even over here, there's some nice looking restaurants that I want to try. Like in this office building, I see like a couple of food stalls. Not sure they're new, I think they are. So I might try it. It reminded me I gotta go pick up coffee for my loved one and me. And I'll see if they have any pastries or snacks. So I'm gonna head towards near Uptown Mall to pick it up. I already had a coffee over there and it's actually pretty good. Maybe a little tiny bit pricey, but it's actually decent coffee. They make it pretty good, you know. Because I'm very picky with how the coffee tastes. But it's a good spot because you can order in your debit card and the tablet what you want, and then they just call you by your name and they deliver you your coffee. And then look at the contrast. See the buildings over here and the streets, how different it is from South Cembo, which is literally right across from this area. That's why I say a lot of foreigners, they focus on staying in areas like this. Some people like to call it the bubble, but I don't want to call it the bubble. This is the Philippines. What do you think? A lot of people say, oh, it's not really the Philippines. So look at the map of this area. Where is it at? It's in the Philippines. Who am I surrounded with? 90% of the people are Filipino, so it is the Philippines, you like it or not. Okay, this is the coffee shop right here. Harlan and Holden Coffee. Very good coffee. I think they have like 3 of this coffee joints out here in BGC. They got one here, another one in High Street, and I did saw one, I forgot where exactly. But yeah, I think I could be wrong, 3 or 4, but I think it's 3. So you can go inside, you order your coffee online. I mean, not online, they got the screen. You just press your choice, pay with your debit card, and then your coffee is ready. And like I say, pretty good coffee. It's smooth, it's creamy, you know. They really know how to do their coffees, and now it's time for me to order some coffee and head back to my accommodation. Here I got my goodies, little snack and coffee out there. So once I make it to the unit, I'll show you what the coffee looks like and taste it for you guys, and you know, it's gonna be pretty good. Just wanna give you an idea of what the coffee here is. So this is the coffee out here. See how creamy it is? They forgot to give me a straw, so I'm just gonna use the spoon out from my house to mix it up. You see how creamy the coffee is, right? I ordered a sea salt latte, and it's gonna be good and epic. Here I am in my house. Like I said, I forgot the straw, so I'm just gonna drink it from the cup. Wow. Great like always. So I think it's worth the price to pay, you know. It's very good, creamy, and well balanced, like not too sweet, not too strong. Take another one. Yeah, this is good, guys. So I'm just gonna have my little coffee and do my outro in a bit. So that was, again, another video out here in Metro Manila. You guys already saw how South Cembo was. A pretty nice community, and I want to explore more communities around here in the BGC area, not just here, but go into those local barangays to see what's happening, you know. Like I said, the bars were pretty good. You can see the contrast, but the community was nice. And then I wrap it up with having a nice coffee from Uptown. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.